How's it going, YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 back, continuing my spam of new format deck profiles. This time I'm coming at you guys with one of the most requested decks of the new format, Blackwings. Blackwing has grown immensely popular with the return of Black Whirlwind going straight back up to 3, meaning that the only card Blackwings have yet to get back at its maximum number is Gale. So it's a really, really powerful deck again. It's definitely incredibly fast, and with their access to Delta Crow Anti-Reverse, it's one of the few decks that can still play its own archetype Storm, and a Storm that they can almost treat as a spell card. So it's a really, quite a powerful deck, really explosive, and I've been playing a couple of Tex and Twist cards that I've really quite enjoyed. This is definitely my take on it. A lot of things people are going to disagree with. There are a lot of kind of things in this main deck that people will disagree with and say, well, you shouldn't be playing it, but this is just the way I've been trialing it. Of course, as the format refines, things change. You always see appalling builds of decks as the format starts, and then the group consensus kind of forms the best deck as the format carries on. Either way, I'm just going to get straight into this list, and we'll see what you guys think of it. So, start off the list. I'm only playing the one Vayu. I'm not sure how I feel about Vayu at the moment. In the moment, it's only in there as the target for my Shura pushes, so I can just go Shura, get this, make Librarian or Catastor. So it's just in there. It's something I'm not sure how I feel about, but I'd rather play the deck with it than without it. Then let's get into the first controversial choice. I'm actually playing 3 copies of Blackwing Blizzard of the Far North. A lot of people say play 2, and a lot of people are right. But the reason why I like playing Blizzard is because it gives me access to Armed Wing, which is incredibly good against the decks that play Goats currently. It gives me access to Orion Dragon, which is probably one of the best cards in the mirror right now. And it gives me access to Armor Master and Black Rose plays in tandem with Transmodify, which I'm actually testing in the deck. So I really like the versatility of this card in the way I play the deck. So it is my personal choice to play 3. I understand that it can be bad, and I understand that risk, and even so, I still choose to play at 3. I'm then playing the 1 Gale because you have to play 1 Gale. Like, Gale is so good. I wish he was at 2 or 3, like 2 at the very least, but have to deal with it. Then continuing on, we play 3 copies of Blackwing Honest, Blackwing Kalut the Moonshadow. He is your 1400 Honest for those of you who didn't play Blackwings or don't know what Blackwings do. It's basically Honest for one of your guys for 14. I then play 3 Blackwing Shura the Blue Flame. He's basically our direct Guaiba of the deck. He swings over a guy, and if he kills it, and I believe sends it to the grave, I'm not sure. Oh, that's a German one. I'm not sure if he even has to send it to the graveyard. Yep, he does have to send a grave by mistake. If he kills over a guy, you're going to get a Blackwing 1500 attack or less from your deck, and its effect unnegated. So you'll most often be using this guy to get your Vayu out of the deck, and then synchroing because the Vayu's effect is negated. Therefore, you can use it as a synchro monster while on field. And then your Vayu is set up in grave. I then play 3 copies of Blackwing Bora the Spear. This card is incredible because of all the goats and some of the tokens that are doing the rounds, especially with Draco Sack and goats in the meta. So it's again just a really powerful card. Then some more of the techie stuff. Playing 1 Zephyros, just for bouncing. I really like this card, but I've yet to kind of maximize its versatility. I suppose I should probably be playing Call of the Haunted to maximize how useful it is, but at the moment I'm not, so I'm bad. So there should probably be more continuous cards in here to actually make take advantage of this card, but oh well. And I then play 2 copies of Blackwing Sirocco the Dawn. Sirocco is in here mainly, because it can pump up Bora and make massive Bora plays over tokens, and I'm obsessed with killing tokens this format because so many people play Goats. But it's also in here because I play Transmodify. This is a deck that's toying around with Transmodify. I really like Transmodify in this format, and you can make this guy and make cool 7 and 8 pushes with your Blizzard and your Gale, so I really like that. And then the boss monster we play are 1 Dark Arm Dragon, because when I didn't play Dark Armed in my old Blackwing deck profile, everyone screwed at me. And I thought I'd play some Dark Armed in this, and I've had fun with it. Sometimes it's been cloggy, but I can always like allure it off, or sometimes in situations where I have loads of stuff in grave anyway, I don't really need it. And I then have the 1 Gauze, because Gauze is a card, and Gauze is a good card. And in the heavy back row format, no one really sees it coming. So there's the monster lineup. I believe it was 19 monsters. This is actually a 42 card main deck, just because I wanted to fit everything in. But I could definitely slim it down. For the spells, there's a lot of fun stuff in here. There's a lot of fun stuff. The spells, I play a few one-offs. I play 1 Dark Hole, 1 Mind Control, because we play 5 tuners, 4 of which we can use on my opponent's monsters. So the mind controller's in there. The one enemy controller, I'm enjoying toying with enemy controller. Like, the amount of times I get Veiled, I go Blizzard, get a level 4 out of the grave, I get Veiled, so I go Tribute the Blizzard, get my opponent, like, nick my opponent's level 4, and Xyz, or I can do all sorts of fun things with this enemy controller. It's just an incredibly versatile card, I really like it. I play the one book, because it's really quite versatile at the moment, and it protects my Blizzard, from Veiler and things like that. It's another way I get around the Blizzard. I then play one Allure, because I'm playing a deck of Darks, pure and simple. Then, probably people's favourite change is I play 3 copies of Blackwing Whirlwind. Now we finally have our wind-up factory back at 3. This is something that I really, really enjoy. It just gives the deck a lot more flow, a lot more consistency, a lot more pluses. Like, the deck doesn't have that many pluses. Kind of has a hard time against some of the more advantage-heavy decks, like against wind-ups. But this being back at 3 really gives the deck a lot more advantage, and it means that if you make a play, you're going to be able to set up your backup plays, or at least find your Kalutes. So I really like having it at 3, and the lack of Storm makes it even better. I then play the Double Transmodify. This is just something that I'm really toying with, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. I really, really like this. And the fun thing is it lets me side Jinzo, because I can Transmodify Catastor, which I make a lot. I can Transmodify Catastor for Jinzo, which is great. So I can side Jinzo with this deck, which is great fun with that. So just the 2 Transmodify, it makes for great plays. It lets you turn your level 4 Blackwings into Siroko's. It lets you turn your Blizzard into Gale if you want to use Gale's effect to get over something. It's just an all-round great card. And then because we're playing in the back row heavy format, I'm playing 3 MST. I don't feel the need for 3 Lance, because you have things like Icarus that you can get advantage off of your dying guides anyway. So I feel that Lance isn't that great in this deck, even with the presence of Shura, because we have Kalute. So that is the spell lineup. It's pretty standard. There are a few techie things. Then the traps are just abuse. Traps are just pure abuse. I play 3 copies of Icarus Attack. I love this card. Like, there are so many, especially with the amount of back row going around now. You can have this set for ages, and you can make your Blackwing plays, and you can push into their back row, knowing that if they activate one of their back row, you're going to go +1 because you tribute off one of your guys and kill two more of their back row, or one of their monsters and a back row, or you can just kill problem cards, and this allows you to go plus. Like, its activation in and of itself is a -0, so if your opponent gives you any reason to activate this, you're plussing. So it's a great card, great for your +1s, which are great at the moment. This is not a Malevolent Catastrophe. This is a Delta Crow anti-reverse, but it was the only card I was missing from the main deck. And I really wanted to make this deck profile, I really wanted to test it, so this is a Delta Crow anti-reverse. I like Malevolent Catastrophe going to the next format, but this deck has access to Delta Crow. It is a heavy storm. If you have 3 Blackwings in your hand, you can play it from hand, and it kills all face-down back rows your opponent controls, so it protects your own ones. I believe it reads like that. I'm doing this from memory. And it's just a really good archetype storm. So that is a Delta Crow anti-reverse. I'm then playing double Dimensional Prison. I prefer Dimensional Prison over Mirror Force at the moment, because Dimensional Prison gives you outs to Draco Sack and Stardust Dragon, which are 2 cards which are seeing a lot of play at the moment. And there just aren't that many big boards I find myself wanting to kill. It's usually individual monsters. So that's a card I'm testing. Then the one-offs I play are 1 Torrential Tribute, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, 1 Compulsory Evacuation Device, and 1 Solemn Warning. That rounds off the complete main deck. The extra deck is, I'm pretty happy with the extra deck. My only complaint with it is I'm not happy with my level 8s, and I should be playing a Silverwind the Ascendant for Vayu, because I have had a few games where I had to play a lot more turns than I should have, because I could have gamed my opponent with a Vayu play, making Silverwind, but I didn't have a Silverwind. And I searched all my tins, I couldn't find a Silverwind, so I'm missing the Silverwind. So in future, I would play Silverwind, but for now, this extra deck does not have one. So let's get into it. We play 1 Catastor as our 5, and is accompanied by Hyper Librarian. There are some situations where most of the time you will go Shura, kill a guy, get Vayu, make this. Or other times you may have other synchro plays in your hand, and this is irrelevant. This is not an irrelevant situation, like you may be playing the Mirror or something like that, where this is awful, and you want to go into this guy, so if your opponent were to synchro in their turn, you're going to get draws, or because you have synchro plays set up next turn, you make this guy and then get your pluses off of your own synchro plays next turn. So, just 2 very versatile cards in the deck. I'm going to change this up for just a second. I'm playing double Blackwing Armed Wing. A rule with me, with my Blackwing Synchros, is if I make it constantly, or if I make it normally, I like to play one Blackwing Synchro to be made and one to be valued. That's basically my mentality on the Blackwing Synchros. So, I very rarely make 2 Armed Wings in a normal Synchro, but there are quite a few games where I'll make Armed Wing and then value 1. So, I have to have the 2. The same applies for the Armor Masters, but we'll get to that in a minute. I'm then playing one Gaia Charger, because it's just a Gaia Knight, because it's just a really good generic 6. It's 26, it's better than this against certain guys, so it's just bigger than so many things. And then my personal favourite tech in this at the moment is Orion Dragon. Orion Dragon is amazing in the mirror. Like, in the mirror, if you can't find Icarus, you have so much trouble dealing with this guy. Like, dealing with Armor Master is so difficult for you without access to your Icarus attacks or back row removal. So Orion Dragon deals with just so many different things. It deals with the Stardust Dragon. It deals with anything your zombie opponent will make, anything a Plant Dragon player will make. If you're playing against Plant Dragons, this kills Star Eaters and things like that. It'll kill anything in 3 of your biggest matchups going into the next format, and it can even kill some of your opponent's Karakuri plays and things like that if you're playing against Karakuri OTK. It's just incredibly versatile going into a Synchro format, so I really, really like this. And you can make it so easily, and that's another reason I'm playing 3 Blizzard, because it gives you access to killing really huge things that are beaten in your face. So, Orion Dragon. Then, continuing on, I play, for my 7s, I play double Blackwing Armor Master. This card is incredible. I love this card so much, and this is half the reason I want to play Blackwings again, because Armor Master is an absolute tank. And as I said before, the rule is I will usually only make one of these. If I make it, I usually win. But the second one is in there for value plays, because you can go value Armed Wing and make this, and it's bigger than the Armed Wing, so it's good to make. And then the other 7 I play is Black Rose, because sometimes you don't have the Delta Crow and you want to storm your opponent's board, so Black Rose. You just want to clean your opponent's board out. Like, it's just so easy to make in this deck, especially with Blizzard Transmodify. If you have Blizzard Transmodify, you can make this, which is 2 cards and then out to everything on the field. So that's great. Then for the 8s, I play 1 Crimson Blader, because I'm still afraid of other Synchro decks and Plant Dragons. And then the other 8 is Scrap Dragon. I only play 2 8s, because you hardly ever make 8s. So, Scrap Dragon deals with things, and Crimson Blader is the best lock card in the game right now for Synchros, so it's in there. And then I play 1 Mistworm, because there are so many opportunities where I had, say, like Blizzard, a Kalut Engrave, and a Boro in hand, and I wanted to spin stuff, and Mistworm was a card, so, like, I was originally playing Trish when I tested this with 2 Whirlwind, so I just changed and put a 3rd Whirlwind in and changed this for Trish, so fun times. Then I play 3 Xyzes, just because they're the best general Xyzes in my opinion for this deck. 1, number 66, Master Key Beetle. He protects your Whirlwind, or any other back row you wish to protect. And you play a deck that's majority dark, so you can make this. 1 Diamond Direwolf, because you play loads of Wing Beasts, and like you can special summon a Bora. You can get 2 Blackwings, special Bora, Tribute Bora, for this guy's effect. And then the last card I'm playing is Ice Beast Zerofyne. This is an awesome card from Lord of the Attacking Galaxy. It's very overlooked. It's 2 level 4 Wing Beast monsters, and I'm actually going to read its effect. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card. Negate the effects of all face-up cards your opponent currently controls, and if you do, this card gains 300 attack for each face-up card currently on the field except this card. So that includes all of your cards and all of your opponent's cards for the attack gain. So it negates all of their stuff, like their Messengers of Peace, or anything like that, and their monster effects, no matter what they are. And then it also gains for all the face-up Whirlwinds you may have, all the face-up monsters you may have, and your cards are not negated. So if you have a Whirlwind up, this is automatically 2-3 if your opponent has nothing on board. It's 2-6 if your opponent has 1 effect monster or 1 face-up. So already it's 2-6, bigger than your average rank 4. And then it just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that lasts until your next standby phase, just by detaching 1 material. And it's huge. So I really, really like this card. But otherwise, that brings us to the end of this deck profile. I know I've talked really fast, but there's been a lot of information I wanted to talk about, and I really, really like this deck going to the next format. I thought I wasn't going to. I really, really disliked the look of it, and then I tested it, and it was really, really good. So definitely, this is going to be definitely a deck to keep an eye on. I definitely prefer this to zombies, because it's a bit more straightforward, but maybe it's me being bad, maybe zombies are better. But I really, really enjoyed this deck profile. I really enjoyed playing it and testing it. And it's likely something that I can see myself taking to taken to locals, or possibly even a larger event. But yeah, otherwise, I hope you've enjoyed. This has been Jamie the Kid 00, and I will see you guys next time. Anything you want to ask, or any other deck profiles you wish to request, please put them in the comments section below, but please make sure you check my video list before you comment to make sure I haven't already done it, because I've been getting requests for things I've already done. TG Agents or Chaos Agents should be on the way shortly. I'm just trying to decide on a build, so don't comment about that. Otherwise, there is a Plant Dragon build in the works, which is a lot different from my OCG variant. Trust me. Tetherwolf is a really good card, I'll say that. Tetherwolf is a really good card. But yeah, otherwise, check out my Facebook page for any Yu-Gi-Oh! Goodness, which will be in the description below. And otherwise, I will see you guys when I see you. This has been Jamie the Kid 00. Peace out. Bye.